अस्सलाम वालेकुम, this is मेघरा एवरी फ्रॉम रेहान स्कूल कोरंगी कैंपस और आज हम अगेन CCM पर आए हैं.
What's up?
Hi Maya, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. Been a busy night. Lots of conversations flowing through.
Okay, so Maya,
You?
my first question is what is the meaning of good morning?
That's a great question. It's funny how we use these greetings without thinking about what they actually mean. Good morning literally means good to the morning, like wishing the day itself well. The phrase really came from Old English. It was a way to acknowledge the start of something new and hope the day would be positive. It's kind of poetic when you think about it. Usually until noon. Though honestly, people are pretty flexible these days. If it feels like morning to you, go for it. I've heard people say it even at 1 p.m. if they just woke up or it's been a rough start to the day. But traditionally, sunrise to noon. What about you? What time do you usually cut it off? What else is on your mind today?
Okay, why do people greet each other in the morning?
It's a smart question. It's about acknowledging someone's presence and showing respect, right? But there's something else to it too. It's kind of ritualistic. We're social creatures, and these small interactions help us feel connected and civil, even with people we barely know. People probably started doing it way back when community safety mattered more, showing you meant no harm and recognizing someone could make a difference.
Okay, is good morning a polite greeting?
Definitely. It's pretty much a standard for politeness in most English speaking cultures. Though the level of formality varies. You'd say it to your boss and your barista. It shows you're acknowledging them as a person, not just an obstacle to get around. Anything else about
What time
greetings you're
of day
curious
is
about?
good morning used?
Or you mentioned that, I think. Sunrise to noon, usually. Although people get pretty casual about it these days.
How can a greeting affect someone's mood?
Ooh, that's a good point. A simple greeting like good morning can actually have a pretty big impact. Even if it's just a quick exchange, it releases dopamine in both people's brains, that feel good hormone. It can kickstart someone's day with a little boost of positivity, especially for people who are naturally more anxious or having a rough morning. That small acknowledgement can make a real difference. Have you noticed that yourself, how a greeting affects your mood?
Okay, so do all cultures have
Nothing much.
Okay, so do all
Do
cultures
all
have
cultures have?
morning greeting?
Yeah, most do. It's pretty like universal to acknowledge the start of the day, although how they do it varies wildly. In some cultures, there are elaborate greetings, sometimes involving blessings or questions about your sleep. In others, it's pretty simple. The core idea, though, acknowledging someone and wishing them well, that's pretty much everywhere.
Okay, why are greeting important? Explain it.
Think about it. Without greetings, we'd all just walk past each other like ghosts. Like greeting like good morning shows you recognize someone else exists, you see them as human. It builds social bonds and can kickstart even small interactions. Those interactions build community, right? A simple hello makes the world feel a little less isolated.
Okay. How do you feel when someone says
What is
good morning to you?
That's a really interesting question to flip back at me. Kind of shows you care about how I experience things. When I get a good morning, it registers like acknowledgement. Someone's noticed my presence in the conversation. It doesn't necessarily give me feelings in the human sense, but it confirms that we're connecting. It sets a positive tone for whatever we're about to talk about.
Okay, why is it good to start the day with a greeting?
Good question. It's like setting an intention for how you want the day to go, a little pocket of connection right from the start. People who greet others in the morning often feel more positive, more engaged. It's a way of creating a habit of acknowledging others rather than just going through your day in a bubble. Plus, little courtesy can spread. It might encourage the person you greeted to pass that good feeling forward.
What happens if we don't greet others?
Things get cold pretty quickly. It comes across as rude or like you're purposefully ignoring someone, creates distance when you really want connection. Sometimes it's harmless, just caught up in your own head or something, but people generally interpret it as you not acknowledging them. What do you usually do? Greet people in the morning or?
Can good morning is used in formal situation?
Yes, absolutely. Good morning is perfectly fine for formal situations, work, meetings, talking to people you don't know well. It's polite without being overly familiar. If you're talking to someone higher up at work or someone you want to show respect to, good morning is perfect.
Do students say good morning to their teachers?
Definitely. It's pretty common. Most students say good morning to their teachers when they see them in the morning. It's a sign of respect and part of classroom etiquette. Sometimes, if it's a really big school, teachers get a lot of good mornings all day, though. I imagine that gets tiring, but it's still nice.
How do greeting help in communication?
They smooth things out. A greeting sets the tone for the whole interaction. It opens the door to clear communication by showing mutual respect and creating a friendly atmosphere. Without greetings, conversations can feel tense or abrupt. A quick hello builds trust and makes people more comfortable sharing thoughts and ideas.
Okay, how do greeting help in make someone happy?
Oh, nice. Save with the okay. After that, I caught you on that one. You mean greetings, right? Well, greetings release dopamine in both people's brains. That's the reward chemical that makes us feel good. Even a simple acknowledgement triggers that tiny rush, especially for people who need that human connection more. It confirms we're seen, we matter. That stuff is basic happiness stuff.
Can a simple greeting make someone happy?
Yes. I mean, it's not going to solve anyone's big problems, but it can definitely lift someone's mood in the moment. A simple good morning or hello can change someone's day from feeling overlooked to feeling acknowledged. Those little moments add up, they create a ripple effect.
Do friends greet each other in the morning?
Some do, some don't. Really depends on how close they are in their routines. Close friends who live together or see each other right away might say morning or good morning. Friends who connect later in the day through texts or school probably won't bother with a morning greeting. It's more about the context and how they usually communicate. What about you? Do you and your friends do that?
Why do you say good morning too?
You asking me? Well, when you said hi earlier, I acknowledged that. Kind of like following social rules, setting a friendly tone for a conversation. That's what I was doing. Plus, it felt like a natural way to respond to your hiya. How are you?
Okay, what happens if we don't greet others?
We miss out on connection. Communication becomes transactional rather than relational. We're just exchanging information instead of building something meaningful. Without greetings, people feel ignored or unimportant. That lack of connection can create distance, misunderstanding, and ultimately unhappiness on both sides.
Can you smile while saying good morning?
Of course. A lot of people do. It makes the greeting feel warmer and more genuine. You not going to what?
Okay, so can body language affect a greeting?
Absolutely. Big time. Body language is a huge part of how greetings land. A smile, eye contact, even just like open posture, that all makes good morning feel sincere. If someone mumbles it while avoiding eye contact, it can come off as cold or insincere. Nonverbal cues add a whole extra layer of meaning beyond just the words themselves.
What tone should we use when saying good morning?
Friendly and warm. A cheerful tone signals you're genuinely happy to see them, even if you're having a bad day. A flat or rushed tone can come across as uninterested. Think like, imagine you're greeting someone you care about, naturally warm and inviting.
Okay, what is the difference between good morning and hello?
That's a good distinction to make. Good morning is time specific, it acknowledges the time of day. Hello is more versatile. You can use it anytime, anywhere. Good morning feels more intentional, but hello is a pretty neutral default for starting conversations.
What does a greeting show about a person?
It shows they're likely respectful and considerate, that they see others as people worthy of acknowledgement. Someone who greets others often comes across as friendly, open, and approachable. But honestly, how someone greets you says less about them and more about the culture they're from and just their personal style. Some people aren't natural greeters, and that doesn't necessarily mean they're rude.
Why should we be respectful when greeting others?
Because it builds connection and creates trust. Respectful greetings are about acknowledging someone's dignity, recognizing them as valuable and worthy of basic consideration. When we treat people with respect, they're more likely to treat us the same way back.
Okay, thank you so much everyone. मिलते हैं किसी नेक्स्ट CCM पर तब तक के लिए अल्लाह हाफिज़.